Four Seasons Hotel in Philadelphia. Oh, Four Seasons Total Landscaping in Philadelphia. There's somebody taking a picture with the sign. That's been happening all day. On Saturday afternoon, Rudy Giuliani held a press conference at this landscaping business. The business is located near Cotman and State Road. This is the front of the Four Seasons. The press conference was held behind this building. They say the Trump presidency started as he descended down an escalator, and it ended on this gravel road in Northeast Philadelphia. Behind this fence is the infamous garage door, which is now open. Rudy Giuliani was standing right where that white pickup truck is, and I'm imagining the reporters were standing in front of that van area. Seems like an ideal place for a presidential campaign to hold a press conference. This entire section of Northeast Philadelphia is like an industrial section. A lot of car shops, roofing businesses. There's a crematorium, a dirty bookstore. But this intersection here at State Road and Cotman, it's an exit off of 95. It's a very, very busy road. Let's get to know the businesses of State Road. First business I see with a sign is this church. Some warehouse church here. And next door to the warehouse church is Zoom Baseball Academy. And if you see that guy, he was taking a picture in front of the landscaping business. And this is Four Seasons Total Landscaping. This is where the press conference was. Huh? I can't hear you. What am I taking a video of? Yeah, Rudy Giuliani gave a speech there. So I'm making a video about the location of where the speech was given. What's that? Am I a Trumper? No, I like gay people and I want women to have abortions. I'm silly. I'm just a silly guy. You know me. Hey, that little tiny building with the white van in front of it is like an auto body shop. And that store with the yellow sign is Fantasy Island Adult Bookstore. They have books and booths. Fantasy Island. Not only do they have DVDs, they have lotion and landscaping. Well, that means something entirely different here. Oh, it looks like the bookstore's open. Let's go on in. You know what I did? I just supported a local business. So I bought a little dirty something because nobody else is buying. I'm kind of shocked on how many booths are being used. So, yeah, the owner doesn't want to be on TV. But I said to him, I said, how's it been? How's it been the past few days? He said the worst thing is he's been getting crank phone calls for the past few days about people calling, asking if Rudy Giuliani are in one of his booths. And he said to me, why would he be in a booth? He's a very busy man. And to my question was, why would anybody be in a booth? You know, you could just pull out your phone and pull it out. But he also said he was very disappointed the day of the event. His parking lot was completely filled and not one person shopped at his store who went to that event. It breaks my heart that people are crank calling this guy. He's just trying to make people happy. I think John Oliver should get his name slapped on one of those viewing booths. By the way, what goes on in those viewing booths? But John Oliver, you want your name on that, right? It's just, I don't know what place is more germy or scary. The Koala Chlamydia Ward, or the booths at Fantasy Island. I notice a lot of people are coming by to take pictures. People have lit candles. The landscaping business is not between a bookstore and a crematorium. The crematorium's across the street, and the adult bookstore is over there. And down further is a church. There's a lot of shit going on this street. Car shops, baseball academies, presidential campaign speeches, and jerk-off booths. It's a pretty good goddamn street in my book. All right. Well, make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I'll sail with you later. Toodles! Unfortunately, to do research for this video, I had to watch Rudy Giuliani's press conference. I am not a lawyer. I am just a water ice salesman. But I will debunk all of his claims in this video. The following people you see are Rudy Giuliani's witnesses that they saw something bad when they were working the polls.
Hello, I'm Matt Silver. I went for 16 hours straight poll watching. It took about 30, 45 minutes to get through, despite me having credentials of all possible manner. Eventually I showed an email proving that I was supposed to go in. They at least let me through.
So what I hear this man saying is he got to work 16 hours watching ballots. It just took him a half hour to get through security. And I hope there's security in the building where they're counting the ballots for the presidential election.
When I was there, I was turned away for a tablet. They did not want any tablets or computers there. I had to bring that elsewhere. We were told repeatedly, including by Democratic poll watchers, including by police, that if they see us taking a photograph or a video, we'll be thrown out and not let back in.
All I did was Google, can poll watchers take pictures or use video footage? And this is what comes up. They're not allowed to do that.
Eventually, when I was let through, you were not able to get anywhere near the ballots. There were 3 rows of people counting ballots. The closest at my day, may have been 15 feet away. Then there was another row, then there was another row.
This is what Fox News said about this man's claim.
Poll watchers there, and that I guess they're being asked to provide evidence for something that they say they weren't able to even participate in or to be able to see. And so that's, I think, where they would say that needs to be rectified, if it could be.
That's not true. It's not true. It's just not true. The election poll watchers, they are called canvass watchers. Republicans have been in this room, in that room, where they're supposed to be, standing alongside with the Democrats.
What I saw was disturbing, and the process seemed to be specifically so we could not observe, so we could not challenge. The only way to challenge something was to call an individual called Seth, who was in the back of the room, who could speak to people.
He could challenge anytime he spoke to Seth. He just said that. Just talk to Seth.
How were you chosen? I was asked both by my local ward and the Republican National Lawyers Association. I was accepted.
And you're an attorney, right?
I am an attorney.
He's a lawyer, and he doesn't understand why he can't videotape. It says it right here.
President, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to be on the go to the poll to watch. A lot of us were excited about the president winning a second term, and a lot of individuals, African Americans in Philadelphia, were, especially men, were talking about the 401k plan and how they were excited because their finances.
I have no idea why this guy is talking about his 401k when he's supposed to be talking about voter fraud.
So when I go to the poll, it was basically they put us at 20 feet away.
That's not true. It's not true. It's just not true.
And they said no cameras, no phones, you cannot take pictures.
Rudy Giuliani has to know that they're not allowed to take pictures in these buildings. Why is he letting these people talk?
I was even harassed by some of the Democratic Party poll watchers, and that is also recorded.
This is where I start to question Rudy Giuliani as a lawyer. If this man has video footage of Democratic people doing something to him, my first question is, why did he videotape it? How did he videotape? You're not supposed to be videotaping. And that's not the other thing. If he does have this evidence, why didn't Rudy Giuliani present it at this press conference?
Well, we were there and we were watching.
I'm going to play that clip again, because what I heard is we were there, we were watching. So what's the problem?
Well, we were there and we were watching, and it's such a shame.
It's been about, I'm a retired attorney, and I got really, really hepped up about watching voter freedom, freedom of speech, and being able to say the words Donald Trump without getting pushed in the corner.
Donald Trump is the president of the United States. He was on the ballots that people were watching. I'm pretty sure you could say Donald Trump and not get pushed in a corner.
And what I noticed when I was brought in to be a poll watcher, I was never brought in, actually. I never got past the first identification stage.
This guy said he had an issue getting in too, but he showed an email and he got in. I don't think this woman was supposed to be there.
They kept saying that mine, as well as 5 or 6 other Republicans, their names hadn't been entered into the system.
It sounds to me like she's saying Republicans weren't allowed in. Just a reminder, the 2 guys who spoke earlier, they were allowed in.
But after a while, what I witnessed, and I said to Mr. Giuliani before, in a morbid curiosity staring at, I felt insidious fraud going on. I felt that we were kept away from doing our civil duty.
This woman has spidey senses, and she spidey sensed fraud in a room she wasn't even in. Why is she even speaking?
I was brought in to be a poll watcher. I was never brought in, actually. I never got past the first identification stage.
So that's it. Those 3 people are Rudy Giuliani's witnesses that voter fraud is happening in Pennsylvania. One lady wasn't even invited. The 2 guys were in. They just couldn't videotape. You weren't allowed to videotape. So I don't know why we're having this discussion. It was a very, very silly press conference. And I think the location, it fits it well. All right. God bless America. Toodles.